This episode of Dr. Drew After Dark is brought to you by ExpressVPN. I will tell you more about that later, but right now let's get on with the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Welcome to Dr. After Dark. I'm not going to give you a call-in number today for the voice messages because today, what's special about today, Christina P?
We're taking your calls.
We're taking your calls. It's going to be fantastic. I'm looking at you guys queuing up right now. And
What? Did you just hang up on everybody?
The very first call. Reconsider Enny's shit habits. Caller number one.
Thank you.
Caller
and
number one.
True on brand. I love this.
Caller number one.
I can't wait to talk about shitting. I love
Let's do it. This now.
This
Max. Welcome.
Hey, Dr. Drew. Big fan. I'm sitting on the 10 right now. I always am listening to you guys when I'm sitting on the 10.
Sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
I had to call in because it just seems super important that you reconsider your thoughts on Enny's shitting habits.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Thank you, Max.
I must urge you. I mean, shitting once to twice a month.
It's crazy.
Cannot be healthy. He's got to get the brown out. Thank you, Christina.
Why? What's going to happen? Tell me what's going to happen.
Well, it seems like without regular exercise, there's a lot of buildup in there.
Of what? Of what? Slow down. Of what? What is? Toxic megacolon is my concern, as you know. But what is the buildup of a bunch of debris that is outside your body? It's in a tube outside your body.
But it's toxic.
You're the doctor. I called you guys.
But it is waste,
I called
Dr.
you
Drew.
guys.
It is waste. It is literally the stuff
I just called because I really...
Haven't you seen, what was the movie, Dunkirk, where they all had to hold their shit in because they didn't have time to... That's what people did in times of war, and they weren't hurt by that.
Oh, MREs. Yeah, you would eat an MRE, and you would block up your duty.
Yeah, so you're too busy fighting.
I guess philosophically, Max and we can't wrap our heads around this philosophical...
I know you can't, and I strangely am more concerned about people that are pooping 3 times a day and preoccupied with it.
Oh, wow.
That makes less sense to me than Enny. I'm not saying Enny's optimal. I'm not saying
it's not optimal.
No, it's not optimal, but he doesn't deserve all the, you'll excuse the expression, the shit he gets.
Well, what if we put Enny down to once every 2 weeks?
That would be more sensible.
Well, and why is that? Because the brown needs to come down,
No,
Dr.
because I
Drew.
worry about the colon, the muscular activity, the colon finally giving out. And people have had their colons taken out for things like this, right? It's not that there's some toxic material in the bowel.
Okay.
It's not that. The only toxic material in there are the bacteria that live there all the time.
Gotcha.
And keeping your hard stuff back in there, that stuff that's non-digested, that stuff is nothing. It's a zero. But the bacteria are the things that's why we recoil in disgust. That's what smells, is the bacteria.
That is what smells.
It gives you such joy, though.
I get so happy. Hey, can I, a sidebar, thank you, Max, for siding with me finally.
Oh my God, there are more Enny shit calls. Oh my God.
Here we go.
What else?
Someone told me that they knew somebody with anal herpes. Is that real?
Oh yeah, very common.
Oh, very common. I've never heard.
In the homosexual community.
Oh,
you can
right.
understand how that would be common, right?
Because they do butt stuffs?
Right. And so that stuff happens back there, and it's unpleasant, and that's that.
It's the same as genital the outbreaks, and it's just uncomfortable, and you take your Valtrex.
And then it goes away at the time, sort of, kind of reduces in terms of its intensity.
What would feel worse, though, on your genitals or on your butthole?
Good question. I'm not tested to see. Let's continue the Enny talk here. This is Duncan.
Still?
Yeah. People want to know. Inquiring minds.
Hot topics.
Hey, Duncan, go ahead.
Hey. I'm a huge fan. Been listening for a long time.
Thank you.
So I poop at 3 to 4 times a day. I feel like that's too often.
I agree.
People say that's far too often.
I agree.
Really?
It seems like it's an inconvenience.
I feel great.
Well, good. That's good for you.
Feel great.
It's just that I know people who go, I only shit twice yesterday. I don't feel right. I don't feel. That's not true.
But what you're saying is the psychological preoccupation is what bothers you, Drew.
What bothers
not
me.
the physical act.
No, it seems like an inconvenience.
I'm not preoccupied with it.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're good. Duncan, You're the anti-Enny.
He sounds proud.
Yeah.
But may I ask you this? Let me riddle me this. But you think it's better for someone to go physiologically? Is it better to go 2 to 3 times a day versus once a month? Is it better for you?
But you're talking about twice a day.
Yes.
Which is not so extreme, versus an extreme of once a month.
Yes.
And yes, twice a day is better than once a month.
Okay.
You're giving me.
I just want you to say it.
5 extreme.
Yeah. And but I don't want to hear from you if you only go once a day and you're used to going twice a day. I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
This doesn't mean anything.
I go once a day.
Good for you.
In the morning. That's it. But once only. 2 is too much.
Right.
It's too much
So Duncan,
time.
Christina says you're not doing it right.
No, I did not say that. I'm proud of you, Duncan. You be proud of that stuff. Good for you.
Brian, what's going on?
Hey, this is, am I talking to Drew?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So I ate Chinese about a week, and I burnt the top of my mouth, and which is normally fine. It usually goes away, the skin regrows.
Yep.
And then, but this hasn't grown back. It's like I'm like infected or something on the top of my mouth.
Right.
And I'm not sure what to do. Should I go to a dentist? Should I go to a normal doctor? Should I go to a mouth doctor specifically?
I think the sooner, who you ever can get into quick. Any of the 3 of those would be suitable, right? Dentists know about the roof of the mouth. General doctors can look at that and see what's going on. And, of course, an ear, nose, and throat would be probably optimal, but any of the 3 would be fine. Whatever you're more comfortable doing, do it and do it soon.
Is it mouth cancer?
It's not mouth cancer. But thank you for just...
I can send a picture in. It looks a little green, like tinted green. It's like, I don't know.
Yes, send it in.
But again, it's like hurting my molar. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a little scared.
No,
we'll go to a normal doctor, I guess. We'll
but
see.
go right away. But go now. You could even go to an urgent care. Really, almost anybody could. Well,
I don't trust those doctors.
I know, but here's the deal. He needs an assessment to determine is he infected, is he not.
It's infected.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Get him on antibiotics and then send him off to the specialist. If that's
so you mean to tell me that I can eat some ramen noodles, burn the roof of my mouth, and then it gets infected if it doesn't?
Pretty rare.
It sounds rare because doesn't the mouth heal the fastest? The gums.
It's very fast, and it's designed to manage the bacteria that are there.
God damn.
Without getting infected. But
what did he do that he got infected?
Aloe, what's going on?
Oh shit.
From Iowa.
Hello.
With the tingly dick.
Hey, it's aloe, like the plant.
Yeah, we know. What's going on?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
Not much. I mean, there's a lot of poop talk going on. We can keep talking about that.
No.
We want to switch.
Yeah, switch to dick. We like dick talk too.
Okay. Yeah, let's switch.
Go.
I'm down to switch.
All right, go.
I sometimes have an issue with a tingly dick head.
Yeah.
Like after I'm lifting weights, especially, it'll happen. Like if I get it from a bench,
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Yes, I know what it is.
The tip of his dick tingles when he lifts weights.
He's talking about. You're talking about when you're on a I bet it's the worst, say, when you're doing like a behind the neck, above the head kind of lift, right?
Huh.
Sometimes, yeah, the pull downs will do it. But
pull down. So when you're sitting on the edge of a bench, okay, what's happening is he's hitting something called the pudendal nerve, which is the nerve that goes under the perineum.
Your chode. It's your taint.
It goes through your taint and out to the tip of the penis. And so people get that from like bike riding or from spinning. In fact, women can get chronic irritation of the
chode,
of the urethral outflow tract. They experience it that way. They'll get diagnosed with interstitial cystitis and things, and then they stop spinning, and it all goes away magically. But sitting on some guys, he's probably a skinny dude or a very, very big dude, one or the other, and so the nerve is right there, and so he sits on the edge of the bench, and it pushes on the nerve, and the dick gets tingly.
Your dick tingles. Does it feel good?
I'm not going to let you ask him that because I've already put him on hold. Well, let's get him back.
I'm just curious. Does it feel good?
It's such a bizarre question, Christina P, that we'll have to get an answer. Aloe, you're back on. Christina has an important question for you.
Aloe, does it feel good or bad? The dick tingle.
It doesn't hurt. It feels good at first, but then it's just kind of concerning. So.
Right.
Got you.
That's a sort of standard answer. Are you a thin guy or a big guy?
I'm a big guy.
Big guy. So he's pushing all that weight down on that. So
right.
You're going to be fine, Aloe. Don't do a lot of that. Be careful. Brendan. What's going on, Brendan?
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm already off to a bad start because I'm so starstruck. I'm a huge fan of both of you. So
It's all good.
I can't believe this.
Just like you're talking to your buddies. Here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually I met a girl through a dating app. She's a woman, actually. She's about 20 years older than me, 45.
Ugh.
I'm 25. And you know, she's great. I'm just wondering, like, you know, we have unprotected sex, and I'm just wondering what I need to worry about if, you know, if I were to get her pregnant or something like that.
How old is she?
And I don't plan on getting her pregnant, but
How old is she?
45.
45.
So do you mind
45?
having children with Down syndrome? Because that's
Well, yeah. She's
What you're gonna get.
unlikely to get pregnant. Is she still having normal menstrual periods? Do you know?
I'm not. Yes, she is, but I don't believe she's. And I know she's not interested in having kids, so I think there's obviously that. Whatever, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what you're saying. So here, let me repeat. She's very unlikely to be able to have a pregnancy, though it's finite possibility.
Yes, I
just
could
not
see.
very likely. And you should be taking precautions, and there's all kinds of things she can do. And the fact that she's still menstruating normally and regularly, and she's not on the pill, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, then it's condom time.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure what you're asking.
Oh no, that basically gets at it. Because I had heard that, you know, there can be complications as you get older, and I wasn't really sure what age that exactly was.
so.
She's
wait,
definitely in that age group.
So, like,
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
she's in the age group where it's past prime reproductive years. Occasionally, people will have kids at that age, and they can be okay. But you certainly would do like a test if there is a pregnancy to rule out the possibility of a chromosomal abnormality.
Yeah, he wants to know if he can bust nuts in
I
her.
think that's what he's
That's what he
saying.
wants to know is, do I
Yeah.
have to wear a condom?
Right.
And the answer is yeah, because if she does get pregnant, you don't know. The chromosomal stuff is real at that age.
Yes, it
It
is.
starts at 35, your eggs quality declines. Am I right?
Yes, that
35,
is
and then they read you
absolutely.
the riot act by the time you're 40. So
Yeah, they're like, don't do it.
don't yeah, forget it. All kinds
All right.
of genetic testing.
Liz has a special question for Christina.
Oh,
P.
okay. Hi,
Hi, Liz.
Hi! Oh my God! Hi, mommy and Pete. I'm
Hi.
a huge fan of both of you guys.
Thank you.
Had a quick question about some brownie. It kind of touches on both of you.
Yes.
So I had a normal brown yesterday.
Writing
like,
it down.
Within
Slow
the
down.
okay
Slow down.
sign, kind of.
Slow your roll. Go ahead.
Normal
Yeah,
brown
so-
yesterday.
but Yeah, but I bled.
Oh.
Oh.
I, like as I wiped,
Mm.
I noticed I was bleeding a little bit, and it was enough where like 3 or 4 wipes before it went away.
Mm.
But my question is, how does that, like, should I be worrying about having anal sex with my boyfriend because of that? Like, should I just abstain for now?
How much of said activity are we into before the bleeding?
We weren't really doing any of it. Actually,
Okay.
we're just putting it on the table for
I see.
consideration.
Okay. This is a special Christina P question.
This is for me?
Yes. So here's the deal. So the bleeding typically is hemorrhoid or fissure or fistula, but typically hemorrhoid. And I mean, you're going to stir that all up if you engage in anal sex. I mean, quite literally. And you want to give it a chance to heal. Do you anatomically feel anything back there? Is there anything popping out? As it
He's
were?
saying for her to finger her beehole.
She would
No,
know.
so I actually don't have a history of any hemorrhoids, which is why this is a little shocking. So
Yeah.
I don't feel anything now.
And
but
you weren't having diarrhea or anything of that sort.
no, it was
Yeah.
actually a beautiful brown.
Well, what
nice and
about,
solid.
are you menstruating?
Write
Is
that
it
down.
out of your
Beautiful
vag?
brown. Beautiful
Beautiful
brown.
No.
brown.
No, it's not a vaginal source.
It wasn't a vaginal. Okay.
No, it was.
No, I
Liz
was
is the
my cycle.
discerning connoisseur. She knows exactly what she's testing.
So you're asking if you should make a penis go up there, even though you've
Right, and so you might have something called what are called.
Thank you.
You haven't had any irritation or pain back there, correct?
Correct.
So it's probably
Wow.
just an internal hemorrhoid. So there's nothing on the outside, and it's no big deal. I mean, as always, how old are you?
29.
Okay, so you're young to have polyps or tumors or anything like that. So that's just typically internal hemorrhoid, and it doesn't preclude participation in said activity. But what is it with guys in that? Let me go back to
Yeah,
her for a second.
I'd cool it on the beehole stuff.
If you can.
Yeah.
But Liz, how important is this to your boyfriend? Is he badgering you about this?
It's not that serious at all.
All right, good.
I
All right.
wanted to
So
try.
all things being equal,
Yeah, I'd hold off.
give the butt a break. Yeah.
Give your ass a rest, girl.
You know, and if it starts getting tender, you could do what Christina's sitting on right now. She's got a donut.
But I've got a donut for my coccyx, my
coccyx.
soccyx, and I got a backrest. It's fantastic. It's really helping me out. But I've done that after pregnancy, where I'd wipe and it would be bloody after a brown, and those are hemorrhoids. But mine were external, and then they go away. They kind of shrink. Do hemorrhoids ever go away, or they just kind of shrink?
They go away, but they kind of come and go.
Right.
I mean, they're just engorged veins is all they really are.
Gotcha.
So they're there, and they can just get worse. Kurt, sounds like a big problem here. Kurt, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, Dr. Drew and Mommy Tina?
Hi, Gene.
Hey, I have a question for you guys. And I mean, yeah, it is a little bit serious, and there's some complexity to it. So, for a little while now, my girlfriend struggled with some issues of pain during sex. And it's gotten to the point where it's really hurt her sex drive and, you know, the intimacy in our relationship. It's been kind of tough.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Did she have it worked up, evaluated?
Complicating matters.
Complicating. Go ahead.
You know, so there's a complicated matter, too, of the fact that she has a general mistrust of doctors, Drew.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, boy.
So she hasn't been evaluated properly.
I struggle to deal with that. Probably not, no.
Well, let's see.
You know, it's one of those, it's a sensitive thing to talk about. I don't know necessarily what it could be, but it's usually right around the time of, you know, it's like I try to make it a point to spend my time with the proper foreplay.
Yeah.
You know, by the time it seems things are ready, then all of a sudden, as soon as I'm in, it hurts.
All right. So the couple things you got to do, maybe give her some information online. There are several things it could be. It could be endometriosis. It could be ovarian cysts. It could be cervicitis and inflammation of the cervix. It could be a tubal infection. And these are all things that need to be treated, especially the infections. And so maybe you could sort of get her to look at the fact that these things could potentially affect her fertility if she leaves them untreated, and that pain with intercourse is not a normal thing. Now, the final possibility to look at is she a trauma survivor? Did she have any sexual abuse growing up, anything like that?
You know, I don't think there was ever any, well, I'm pretty certain there was no sexual abuse, at least not, you know, we're pretty open about our past and our history. She's told me the things she's dealt with growing up, but it's not, she's never made it a point that she's a survivor of any sexual abuse. And I feel like that'd be something that 3 years into a relationship she might have.
You would think, though, people sometimes have difficulty admitting it because they either don't remember or they don't want to admit it because it means admitting it to themselves, and they put it way in the back there somewhere. But that's fine. It's much more important before that's even thought about that she get a medical evaluation to see what this is.
Yeah. Is she on the pill? Because sometimes certain pills, can't they dry your vag out and make intercourse painful?
It's a little different than what he's describing, but yes, absolutely it can. Yes. Most pills can, actually.
And she's actually not on the pill. She went off it. We use condoms for, you know, birth control purposes because she felt she just didn't like the way the pill affected her body and was worried about long-term effects of that as well.
Was she having pain with intercourse when she was on the pill?
Sorry, Drew, can you repeat that?
Was she having pain with intercourse? It's called dyspareunia when it's pain with intercourse. Was she having that when she was on the pill?
Yeah, she experienced it with that.
Okay. And so there you go.
For a while, too, through the first year or so of our relationship, there wasn't these issues.
Yeah.
It's just something that kind of happened.
I worry about her medically. I mean, my God, she's got to get proper medical evaluation.
Could be a yeast infection.
Not usually. No, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
and she would have discharge and external irritation and stuff like that.
That's true.
These are usually in the actual organ, you know, in the reproductive organ.
She's got to suck it. Listen, if she's mature enough to be having sex, she needs to be mature enough to go to the doctor and have herself looked at.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
Dyspareunia is a common thing, and it's sometimes nothing, but my God, there's so many serious and significant things that you have to know about if she has. Even it can be ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, things like that. Rarely,
Yeah.
I mean,
She needs to go to the gynecologist.
yeah, and whatever, however, maybe you go online or find an environment that she does like, or something, or somebody that she can trust. It's not that hard a putt to get this stuff worked up.
You know what she can do, my love? Have her ask her girlfriends. Ask your
For somebody
girlfriends.
good.
A good gynecologist.
Great
My
great
lady
idea.
is so gentle with me. She gets in, she gets out. It's fantastic. It's all about the person, I think.
And now we'll go to a really important question here that Mike has.
Shit. I'm afraid.
It is your mom's house group here.
I know.
Mike, go right ahead there, man.
Hey, Gene.
Hi,
So, big debate in my friend group, and we're split. We ask everybody, it's a very serious question.
Nope.
It'll be short. What is the proper way to wipe when you make hot chocolate?
Oh.
Standing up or sitting down if the squatty potty is not available. Also, wiping forward or backward.
Oh.
Okay, let's let Jeans respond.
Well, Gene, obviously it's front to back always.
Front to back.
Front to back, regardless of gender, right? Let's just do it that way. I mean,
Keep it universal.
you may as well.
Gender's all society created anyway.
That's
so
it's all what is normal. I don't know.
So let's just forever make it a standard.
There's no objective reality, but yes, front to back is generally a good rule of thumb. Now, I prefer a sit, and I lift my cheek up a little, and I do an exploratory wipe. I see what's going again and again.
You're unusual that way as a woman to look at your results.
Always look at the
Good.
results.
Okay, it's good. You're
Always.
a scientist. You have to.
Yes, you got to see what's doing in the vagina and in the beehole.
Good. That's objective data.
But what about the standing or sitting? That's a very interesting question.
Sitting.
Sitting.
Yes.
Why not the stand? I mean,
because you're, especially as you get older, the ring gets a little more what we call patulous. And so it requires a little more diligence. And that you're only going to get there with the sitting approach.
You get in there a little, you get in and then around. Yeah, I got you. You put your finger in just a little.
So, Mike, thank you for your call.
Nadav says the entire control room stands while wiping. That's
really?
So
well,
dumb.
let's remind ourselves, Enny's in the control room,
Yeah.
and you have notes for him already. Standing to wipe.
Yeah, you guys are
I don't understand lifting a cheek.
That must be a millennial thing.
You just lift.
Just go to the side.
Yeah.
No, I will stand. I will stand, and I will wipe my butt when I stand. Because it's
Yeah,
easier that
well,
way.
first of all,
I got a lot of butt to work with.
Yeah, I would say with the knob, it's like trying to get peanut butter out of a shag carpet.
I'm not that hairy. I'm not hairy, Drew.
One of you guys is.
I'm not hairy.
One of you guys is.
He's a redhead.
Oh yeah, Chris. That's Chris.
Yeah, okay. So for him, it's like trying to find Santa,
Well, what do you do,
Santa Claus's
Drew?
mouth.
Yeah. What do you do?
I
Are
go to
you-
the side. I do a
Side,
Christina.
yeah.
Christina.
Do you ever shut the shower? If the cleanup.
Routinely. I mean, I try to time it that way. It's not always cooperating, but I mean, I still do a good cleanup.
My man.
Anyway,
I knew it.
but why
I knew
not?
it, bro. You and I. Brown soulmates. How do you say it?
Wait, hold on. Shit to
What?
shower. Drew, you're familiar with exactly what shit to shower is, right?
Maybe I'm not.
You poop
Bro.
and then you don't wipe. You just
No.
go straight
No.
to the shower. right?
I'm just talking about timing wise. Shit
Yeah.
to shower. Yeah.
You take a shit. You do an exploratory.
I do a full.
If it's a disaster.
I do a full thing. I
Yeah.
do a full.
But if it's a disaster, I'll go in the shower and clean up there.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if
what
it's
I mean.
like when preparing for a colonoscopy or something. But
Oh.
generally, things aren't that difficult to
I
maintain.
get road ass because I'm traveling.
Oh yeah.
You get road ass.
Yeah, I had incontinence a stool once in an airplane
Yeah, in an airplane.
from a vegan meal.
Ugh, vegans are the worst.
I know. Every time I've eaten vegan food, I have uncontrollable diarrhea.
What does this mean?
and one time, I got the horrible gas and bloating that I always get from vegan food.
Yeah.
And then I thought, all right, I'm on a plane. I'm going to try to be a little, something's got to give here.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did I spill a glass of fluid? What's going on?
You sharted?
I fully evacuated an incontinence. And went to the bathroom because I was like, thinking,
Wow.
what did I spill on this seat? I'm
Yeah,
like, I thought
it was wet.
Then I'm thinking it through. I'm going, oh come on,
You're kidding.
go to the plane's bathroom. Full catastrophe. I mean,
A buttastrophe, I think you mean.
full catastrophe. And had to go to the airport and beeline right for a public restroom and throw away the underwear, and then use the toilet bowl water to just take a little hand towel shower,
The
sponge
blue,
shower,
a horse bath in the
Sure.
blue water.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what did you do? So, okay, you've got it's all in your panties.
Yes, yes.
So, what do you do with your underwear?
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash there. And then were your pants
My
brown
pants were pretty
too?
good. My pants were pretty good.
That's a lucky.
Yeah, because it was literally water from the
Wow.
pure liquid from this horrible vegan.
The vegan food. It's veggies.
No, I eat tons of. I don't know. They spice it or the weird proteins they put in and stuff every damn time. So I have forsaken said food.
I can't eat those raw food things either. They give me the shits.
Oh my God!
Wow, I'm so happy you shared that. Thank you.
I know. I knew it would make you happy. That's why I brought it.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Is there anything else we should talk about?
I feel closer to you.
We are closer now.
I know you. Yeah. I sharted on a plane to Africa. But I had extra pair of underwear, luckily, in my carry-on. In my carry-on, because I don't check in bags. I don't trust.
Oh, so everything was on the...
Everything was in my carry-on.
But wasn't it kind of weird bringing a big carry-on off of the overhead thing, pulling out underwear in front of everybody?
Nah, I don't give a... Hey, man, double bird. I don't care. I just shit my pants.
Yeah.
No, it's not weird.
It was on the way to Africa.
To Africa.
You would think on the way back and you get some sort of horrible parasite or something. Yeah.
Unless you eat tacos in the airport, which is what I had done.
Which airport? I'll make sure to avoid this.
Atlanta.
Oh, they have that big food court.
Yeah.
That huge food court.
Exactly. And I loaded up on Tox, not thinking. And then I sharted.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a big Hershey kiss.
The Jackson Airport. What's
it
called?
Hartsville. Yeah, and they got the Bojangles, too. That's a good one.
And on each of those rows of plane gates, there's two of them that have huge food courts right by the escalators down to the train. Right.
Oh, wow, you really do have
I know
the
my
fund.
airports. I know my airports.
Okay.
Let's take a little break right now so I can tell you about our sponsor, ExpressVPN. So we all know how ExpressVPN protects your privacy and security online, right? But here's something you might not know. You can also use ExpressVPN to unlock movies and shows that are only available in other countries. Wow. Now that so many of us are stuck at home, right? We're all quarantined. It's only a matter of time before you run out of stuff on Netflix. So this whole week, I've been using ExpressVPN to binge on Doctor Who, for instance, at UK Netflix. It's so simple. I just fire up ExpressVPN app, change my location to the UK, refresh Netflix. That's it. See, ExpressVPN hides your IP address and lets you control where you want sites to think you're located. You can choose from almost 100 different countries, so just think about all the Netflix libraries you can go through. If you love anime, use ExpressVPN to access Japanese Netflix and be spirited away. But it's not just Netflix. ExpressVPN works with any streaming service: Hulu, BBC, iPlayer, YouTube, you name it. There are hundreds of VPNs out there, but the reason we use ExpressVPN to watch shows is that it's ridiculously fast. Never any buffering or lag, and you can stream in HD no problem. It's just that easy. ExpressVPN is also compatible with all your devices: phone, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. So you can watch what you want on a personal device or on the big screen wherever you are. So if you visit my special link right now, expressvpn.com/afterdark, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. I don't know how we do this, but that's it. expressvpn.com/afterdark. Support the show. Watch what you want to watch. Protect yourself with ExpressVPN at expressvpn.com/afterdark. Now let's get back to the show. I feel weird not talking about videos and stuff. Do we have any videos to watch today? We haven't even reviewed what we're going to do on the show. We're so excited about the calls.
There is one thing. I mean, there was the guy that, remember the NRE stuff?
Yeah.
So there is, her boyfriend responded to stuff that you saw YMH
Clapback. A little bit of a clapback.
Uh-oh. What was NRE? Remind me.
Oh, new relationship energy.
Oh, I have it right here for you, Drew.
Okay, right.
It's when you have a new relationship.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
It's like if you and Susan, and then Susan gets a boyfriend.
My poly people.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it just the most amazing feeling when your partner finds a new girlfriend?
It's the best,
or a new
right?
Partner.
And we were kind to her, as I recall. I mean, compared to, how you guys can be.
Well, I think she's under a delusion. I think that
that's what you said. Yeah, you said that. You said,
yeah.
But not in the best. You were not being harsh. You're saying I think these things are a little more than she realizes.
Yeah.
Okay, and that she's sort of denying it, and then we talked about that denial stuff.
Sure.
And then what happened?
All right, so her boyfriend, not her husband.
Are we allowed to call her?
Yeah, her pronoun. I think.
Zer.
Wait.
Zer boyfriend. Zer boyfriend hit us up.
Sue, one of my favorite things about being poly is just watching people's minds go boom. Recently, I just got a text message featuring my girlfriend at your mom's house. It's a YouTube channel and podcast. And she just blew their mind. And they took everything they could from that video and they tried to dissect it to make it fit their narrative.
Hold on. Dissecting is what we do around here.
Right. I mean,
we're not trying to fit any narratives. We're just dissecting.
Right. Go with
it's like saying I'm doing a frog dissection in middle school and I'm trying to make it fit my narrative.
Fit the narrative.
No. We're just looking at what's in front of us and having conversation about it.
Yeah, and also they didn't blow our minds. We've seen this stuff over and over again.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
It was interesting, and we felt kind of bad for her, right?
Yeah.
If we're not saying we're right. We're saying
Right.
if it is the case that she's denying some stuff that is up with Rusty here.
Do you want to have a fedora?
Everything about this guy I like. He is a cool dude.
Saying she wasn't smiling right. She sounded like she was crying.
Well, that's Tom now. That's Tom.
Well, I said she wasn't smiling right because I think you had the same observation of the body language wasn't matching.
There was some inauthenticity we
Correct.
thought or disconnect or something.
Because when you smile, the wrinkles in the eyes, and
possibly
she wasn't doing that.
Inauthenticity is unfair. We weren't even going that far. We're just saying there was some disconnect there.
Yes.
So, all right?
Yeah.
He's authentic. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about being poly. Walking down the street, holding her hand while she's holding his hand, giving her a kiss, and then watching him give her a kiss, and people just kind of looking like, what just happened? Did he? And they're not killing each other? So this is part 2, mostly because I've been sending this video out to a lot of my friends, and some have been texting me back being like, dude, this is not showing you guys in a very positive light.
Why? What? Oh, his thing wasn't positive.
I guess so, yeah. I guess.
Well, here's the deal. By the way, I think it's interesting that he acknowledged that men can have sort of fierce aggression triggered by over a woman.
Oh.
Which is true.
Yes.
Men get life or death kind of aggression over it. So he understands what that is and what it feels like, and that other people have that, and they choose not to, at least as it pertains to this woman, or Zur. And cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and also
no issues on this end.
Well, and also he's like, I love blowing people's minds. It's so much fun.
That's not why I have a relationship with my wife, to blow other people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a private thing.
I don't need to blow other people's minds with my love life.
Right.
That's kind of weird. Just even the thought, but okay.
And yet, too, he's upset that we're talking about him, even though that's his favorite thing is to get the negative attention of blowing people's...
the attention. Yeah, he wants the attention, which he got.
That's what we got. And that's why I'm thinking, like, does he really love polyamory? Or is it the attention of walking down the street with my boy and having people talk about me?
I believe he likes the whole thing. It's a whole deal he gets... He's into.
Is it like a voyeuristic thing?
And what's interesting, I believe him more than I believe Zur.
I do too. I think he's genuinely down.
Yeah, and for Zur,
we don't know that that's their pronoun. I don't think.
You said it's Zur.
I didn't adopt it. I don't think they requested a pronoun thing.
Is it they?
I'm not sure. I swear to God, I don't know. Nadav said that.
Nadav?
Is there a video where they say that?
Nah, you know what? I'm probably just being
just being a jerk.
I'm just assuming. You know what?
Okay.
They look
so
like
for that, I get confused. I need a dry erase board. For that individual, I still felt it didn't feel quite.
It doesn't feel
the
authentic.
Same as it feels for
Correct.
Rusty. We can call him Rusty, right?
Sure,
okay?
Rusty.
Okay. All right. So keep going.
They're making fun of your girlfriend, her husband, putting this whole community down. And I'm like, dude, whether they're talking good about us or they're talking bad about us, they're still talking about us.
See, he likes the
and we weren't talking good or bad, to be fair.
And is it grammatically correct to say whether they were talking good about us or talking bad about us?
Yeah,
talking.
We got some
good.
notes for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's
speaking ill.
Correct. Yeah.
Versus speaking affirmatively or positively.
Correct. Yeah, that's not
the
quite
right.
No.
St. Thomas Aquinas would not approve.
No, nobody. No teacher.
Well, I like that guy.
And he's fine.
And good for all his choices. It's weird. It's interesting though. Isn't it interesting though? That for Rusty, we go, fine, sign off.
Yes.
But because we got a funny feeling from the other they, that's where our concern came.
That's right. It wasn't the emotional resonance of, I see
and
that.
it wasn't the behavior that bothered us.
Right.
It was how she made us feel about her.
100%.
And then we were concerned she wasn't really feeling the way she claimed
100%.
to be. That's it.
And
if she is and we're wrong, God bless you.
Then they have fun.
Have fun.
But
God
we also were making fun of polyamory because it's silly and wrong, and These people are gonna probably rot in hell. Okay.
Wow.
It's very unchristian. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit what people do in their bedrooms.
Wow.
It is odd.
Speaking of odd,
sure.
The number of brown calls on the list here.
Let's skip the brown. I mean, we gotta vary it up, can't we?
It's all brown here.
There's nobody who's got a question other than.
Here's somebody who's got a cure for delayed ejaculation.
Great.
So
let's try that.
I'm open to that.
Dicks and browns.
That sounds good. Well, both are going together in a lot of these calls.
I know.
No, you don't know. I'll have to go to them. But Mark, go ahead. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Dr. Drew. I love you.
Hey, man.
Christina, you're hilarious.
Thanks, Gene.
So hold on a second. Wait, Mark,
okay.
one second. Mark says I love you. I believed every word he said.
Yeah, emotional resonance.
Right, yeah. It fits. So go ahead, Mark. We appreciate you. Go ahead.
All right. So I cannot ejaculate if my legs are not crossed.
Yeah.
If they're normal, straight, it will not happen. If I cross them, and I'm guessing I'm putting pressure on a gland or something.
No, it's that, and I'm betting.
Is that why?
No, not quite. I'm betting you also have to tighten your ass and leg muscles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is some.
How do you know this?
Because some people need that.
You're the jizz whisperer. You know what people.
I've been doing a.
Jesus Christ.
Let's just let that land for a second. Let that land. I've been doing Loveline a long time.
Yeah, I know.
And I've talked to many thousands of people about their behaviors. And this issue of sort of locking your legs out and sometimes crossing them for both men and women is, and sometimes women that have trouble with ejaculation. That's why some women cannot achieve orgasm with intercourse because they can't do the leg thing.
Do the thing. So what is that thing? What is
it's
it?
It's just something they need to bring themselves to climax.
It's just something like it's like a tick or like a.
No.
So you're telling me I need to tighten my asshole so I can come?
No, that's Christina telling you that.
I did not say that.
No, I'm saying that it's not uncommon for someone to need to tighten their legs, straighten their legs, cross their legs.
I've never heard
that kind of thing.
Dude,
huh?
I could probably pop a watermelon between my legs.
Yeah.
I could probably pop a watermelon between my legs.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
So
that's the muscle group. That's the muscle group I hear people talking about.
It just feels better, is what you're saying. Like it feels right that way.
I don't know. The interesting thing, did they just come by this, so to speak, when they learned how to masturbate when they were a kid, and this is now their habit? Whatever it is, everybody has their zone they need to be in order to have an orgasm, right?
Yeah.
This is these
It's just
people's
the thing.
zone.
It's a set of things he needs to have. So it's totally
I think
normal.
Corolla was sort of in that zone because he was always talking about locking his legs out and needing to lock his legs out, and he had to be on his back or something because that's how he used to masturbate. You don't want to
cannot know.
You don't want to think about it.
I like
get
Adam. I don't want to know this.
Yeah.
And
but Mark, well done, sir. Well done.
Are you a leg locker? Is that
no? I'm not actually. Quite the opposite. John, also tingly dick.
What's going on?
You asked for calls. You got
How you
them.
doing, Dr. Drew?
Hi, John. What's happening?
Not too much. I just wanted to. Well, first I wanted to say hi. I love you and Christina both. Christina, you're just as funny as Tom. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
I wanted to say, whenever I'm on my bicycle doing cardio, I'm a big guy, about 260, 270.
Yep.
I get the same numbness downstairs, and about every 15 minutes I have to get up, stretch for about 10 seconds, then I can get back on. I wanted to know, over time, is that going to do any long-term damage, or am I just a big guy with a
No, you're actually asking an important question. It's have you ever seen those gel seats they have for the bicycles?
Correct.
Yeah, you want to get the pressure off that pudendal nerve. You actually can do permanent damage. You can actually get a neuropathy of the nerve to the penis, and that is a no bueno situation.
Neuropathy issues. And you can't come in 4 strokes.
You're not a 4-stroke guy if you have that. No.
Drew, I'm of the impression that bike riding is not great for your body. It's bad for it hurts my knees, it hurts my taint.
Yeah.
You're hunched over.
All of it's bad for me too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of people like Peloton and stuff like that. But you got to be configured the right way. It's got to be fit your kinesiology.
It's not for me.
I guess we should go back to Brown because that's mostly what's here.
That's it. Come on.
Well, but okay.
Come on. There's
Okay. No. You'll like the combo here on this one, I think. Oh shoot!
They have to get out of their system on the first episode.
Probably. But you'll notice when it comes to, we're having mostly male callers.
Yeah.
And they're concerned with the brown and the peni, and that's it. That's what males are thinking
true.
about.
We're the ladies.
Richard, go ahead there.
Hey, we up out of here. What's up, guys? I'm in love with this show.
Hey, we're just feathering it.
Sometimes I go.
You're finally on the dark side of the force.
Sometimes I go to the bathroom and I have a tough brown. And then I ejaculate a bit when I brown. What's up with that, Dr. Drew? Is that okay?
That's not real.
Yes. Listen. So do you actually? You don't have an orgasm.
I
you just
swear it is, Christina.
What?
Do you actually have orgasm or just a
it's just like
little bit of fluid?
No, it's not like that. It's like I'll be like constipated, and like from putting so much force.
I get it, but you don't actually. I just want to clarify what's happening with you. You don't actually have an orgasm. You just have a little bit of fluid that comes out.
Yeah.
Like pre-cum?
Well, here's the deal. So the seminal vesicles are filled with fluid, and if something's pushing back there on it, and then you put also somebody putting like transabdominal pressure, it's going to push out a little fluid.
A little fluid.
Yeah, and it can also come out of your prostate too.
He's not erect. It's a limp penis that has fluid.
Yeah, exactly. Will
that
like affect my prostate?
No, you're fine. Yes, it is from your prostate. It is from your seminal vesicles. It's normal. It's all good.
I love this show. It's like 7th grade when you learn about sex, and you know what I mean. It's I'm so juvenile. I love it. I love learning about other people's disgusting things. Don't you love it? This is the best show ever.
I love helping people. I don't think of it in terms of learning about their disgusting shit. Jason, what's going on?
I just want to say thank you, Drew, for doing Love Line. You're pretty much how I learned about sex growing up. Thank you. And
Excellent.
I love that somebody has I sat next to Dr. Drew on the plane and he shit next to me.
I know. It's really interesting, Jason. I don't have in my head that's a faceless person. I don't think I can look at that person again if I can remember them. It's really funny.
Okay.
But I tell you what, navigating, I believe it was the Atlanta airport where this all happened. I think it might have been.
You're kidding. That's where you browned?
It might have been. I think it was Atlanta. And I feel like the navigation to take care of the business in the airport was a little more dicey than actually sitting next to somebody. Like there was, as I remember the experience, this was a while ago. It feels like the stakes were higher getting through the airport.
Getting to the toilet and finding it.
Yeah.
It's
people are stopping.
Oh, fuck. Why is it, though? Here's a medical question.
Yeah.
How come when you're just steps away from your toilet, like let's say you have to brown really bad.
Now
you're
it's
sitting
on.
in traffic.
Now it's on.
And your butthole just knows.
Yeah, there's something called a mass movement where it'll drop down from the rectum into the anal verge.
Because it knows.
And that's, it's not really an exact science, but your body's sort of preparing, right?
Yeah, it's like toilets nearby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jason.
Sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
Yes. All right. So my question is, what can I do to make my farts not so horrible? I've got at least 4 serious relationships under my belt where my partner at some point has told me, like, hey, you need to go to the doctor. Like, I'm talking room-clearingly offensive farts. But, I mean, I have normal browns. Everything's cool. But, like, sleeping next to me in a bed apparently is just a nightmare because it makes it unbearable.
Diverticulitis, have we been tested?
No.
No, you don't think it's that?
No.
Dietary?
First of all,
but I think my mother had that at one point.
Right. So thank you for the work you do, Jason. You made Christina very happy.
Yeah,
so I want to thank you for the call and the honesty and the direct manner which you
I love it.
Brought your problem to bear here. So that is a function of the bacteria that live in your colon, right? So we got to adjust those bacteria.
Yeah.
And a couple things you can do immediately is get a good probiotic, numero uno. Number 2, see if psyllium husk doesn't help you out. Also acacia gum. Those are 2 bulk agents that sometimes if you can get enough bulk in there, sometimes it will make this kind of thing a lot better. So probiotic, psyllium husk, acacia gum. And you got to experiment around with it. And if it's the psyllium, you probably have to take a lot of it, I suspect. A lot.
What are you eating?
I have to play around with it, yeah.
Yeah, you got to mess around with the dosing of it.
Well, I mean, just eat like regular.
You eat regular?
Here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that if you were to eat onions or garlic or spicy food, you clear a ship, right?
I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. But also, I think it's also a function of beer. Like I drink a lot of beer. And it's not like
that's not going to help.
Not like shitty beer, but just like some kind of brewery fresh stuff that really seems to get it cranking.
Well, yeah, beer makes you fart. That's the switch to wine or vodka. Beer is the worst. You know, my dad drank a lot of beer growing up, and I'm an expert on these beer dumps that he would have at like 6 a.m. A dad beer dump is the worst smell. It would permeate through the whole house. That's alcohol.
It could be.
Yeah, man.
It could be. And again, that alcohol will accelerate the transit time through the bowel. The transit time through. You can irritate things, cause gastritis and stuff. So, yeah, you're going to have to mess around with this stuff. It's not as easy as one size fits all.
No. Your browns are very individual.
And it's not like
the one time I did eat about like 3 to 4 like roasted heads of garlic along with a few pounds of crawfish. It drew people in. Someone walked in the room and was like, "Man, what are y'all cooking in here?" Like,
it was so awful. It went around the other side and started smelling sweet.
It went full circle. People were like, "Damn, you got the crock pot going."
But then again, so watch out for that sort of those categories: onions, green onions, garlic, that kind of category of food, spicy food, alcohol, and to get the bulk going, get the acacia gum, psyllium husk, and get a probiotic going. He'll get it figured.
Do you ever think coffee smells like brown?
No.
Oh, this morning I brewed my coffee. I'm like, it smells like poo. Josh Potter thinks the same thing. He's had coffee that smells like poo.
I wonder if is it when you like lift it up and look at the basket and smell that, or is the actual liquid coffee?
The brewing. It was brewing this morning.
This one back here smells a little bit pooish.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, it's right next to the turlet here.
It's not poo. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's get this. Poor guy's been waiting forever.
Oh gosh.
Okay. This is Joe. Oh shoot. There we go. Hey Joe, what's going on?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
So what I'm dealing with. So a week ago, my first girlfriend ever, she dumped me, kind of right out of the blue, and we were really tight, like super close, and we had like some issues, like the last 8 or 9 months of our relationship. Like she gained like 50 pounds, like kind of in the middle of everything, and then like we just completely stopped, like not like being intimate, but like having sex.
Why?
Which was a super big. Why? She said she was like self-conscious.
Right.
She like didn't like her body.
It wasn't
really
you.
Nervous
it wasn't you.
I saw her naked.
She didn't like. Right. She didn't like how she looked, so she cut things off. Okay. All right.
And that that was hard, but like when we got together, I was dealing with a lot of stuff and like a lot of depressive issues, and meeting her and dating her like put me in this really energetic and happy state. So I kind of had we had like a codependent relationship really kind of right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was super intimate, whatever. She dumps me out of the blue. I'm super wrecked over it. And I've always been somebody with like a kind of a hyper sex drive.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm at this point where I'm just like all my internet browsers, it's just completely porn. I'm incredibly like sexually like focused. I can't get it off my mind. I have Tinder already. I have matches. At the school I'm going to, it's just like like sex has never been a thing that was like hard to get, but whenever I do it, I feel extremely guilty about doing that and like kind of using someone for that. But at the same time, I'm super fucking like turned on. It's crazy,
right?
And I feel like I'm using that to deal with not thinking about her.
Do you think
it's weird?
Right. This is much like you might use alcohol to get over a breakup. You're using sex the way to manage your feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to deal with. And I'm in school for a career where that's the last way I want to feel. I don't want to feel that way. And I kind of had an issue in high school feeling that way. And it's just a lot of, stress and stuff. And just kind of want to get your thoughts on it.
Well, I mean, you want to change your behavior. You don't like who you are when you do this. You're hurting other people.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal. Change your behavior.
Right.
Or
and it's hard because
I know it's hard.
Like,
I understand.
I think about it and I want it.
I understand. Or you need help. You have a sex addiction. So it's like with any substance use or behavioral compulsion, you either can stop it or you cannot. And if you cannot, then you need help. And I would urge you to really...
And that's where I get worried, yeah.
Yeah, you should be worried. And it's just, but you have to be ready to change, and you have to make that moment of change. It's like a diet. People are all the time, I need to die, I need to die. You know, I'm so mad at myself, I'm so guilty. And then they get to the point where like, okay, I'm going to do this.
I'm over it.
I'm over it. You got to get to that point where you're ready to make the change and make it and start to live the life as the guy who you want to be. You'll feel a lot better. You'll have to go through some feelings about this loss. You'll have some emptiness. You'll have some loneliness. There'll be some unpleasant stuff, no doubt, that you'll have to deal with as well. But hopefully you'll fill that with something more productive, like instead of going out with people and trying to have sex with them, how about going out with people and just enjoying their company and trying to meet new and interesting people? Watch that be more effective for you. Watch
it. You know, and that's what I want to do, and that's who I want to be. And I do have things going for me right now. I'm a musician, and I'm in a good schooling program right now. It's just this creeping, looming thing from the distance is coming at me, and it's getting harder and harder to control.
Well, if you, and it's like, again, like alcoholism or any other addiction, if you do lose control, well, now I've got referral for you. You can check out I got a website for you. It's called the centerforhealthysex.com. Center for Healthy Sex. You can read about some of the stuff that goes on there with sexual addictions and how people treat it and that kind of thing. Excuse me. No, I'm burping a lot talking about it. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. People, there is no easy solution. People are like, how do I lose weight? Well, you have to eat less and move more, period.
Right.
There's no, and same with this shit. You got to do the work of just not doing it.
Change is hard.
Of course it's hard.
But people, they don't realize that, and so they sort of struggle with the idea that maybe I don't really want to change, or what's going on with me, or why can't I change? They're in this sort of contemplative phase. This limbo where they're at war with themselves. And diet is sort of the example that everybody knows about. Yes. Everyone gets to deal with that. And you always get to a point where you go, all right, I'm going to make this change. I'm going to start it. Now, once you decide to make a change, sustaining change is hard too, right? So you have to have the moment where you go, sometimes just talking with somebody like I just did with him, right? Seeing it through a new pair of glasses is enough to get people to make the change. But sustaining the change, you got to go do the kind of stuff that I was just saying. You've got to meet with other people. You have to spend time with them. You have to dedicate being that person that you want to be. It's not going to be instant because you're going to still have those same old cravings and things. You're going to have to really work at being that person day in and day out, and then it gets easy.
Absolutely. I mean, let's use weight loss as an example. Yeah. I found if I don't put it on the calendar, it doesn't happen.
So that's your version of that. Good.
Correct. So guess what? Monday, Friday, these are the 2 days I go do my Pilates, and then it's structured. Yes. You know, so you can put something on. I got meetings. I got my Sex Addicts Anonymous or whatever the meeting is to go to twice a week.
That's you're going to now, Sex Addicts Anonymous.
I don't know, whatever he's going to.
You're not going to those?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't you're going to those meetings.
I don't have that problem.
No, not that problem.
No, I'm gonna do like an Al-Anon.
Oh, Al-Anon.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
Do Al-Anon.
I do a therapy once a week already.
That's good.
I got a lot
but
of shit
but
going.
Again, that's sustaining it. The
Correct.
structure sustains it. You probably put that in place when you made the decision to do it.
Yes.
And then that helps sustain it. Everyone has their own little techniques for sustaining. For me.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you do?
No, my thing is once I decide something, I take a while to get there, but then when I decide, then I'm in.
I'm just
all in,
bro.
Yeah, I don't go halfway. And you want to go to some Al-Anon meetings?
I would. I like to. I'm curious because I'd like to hear. I think that's why I love hearing your stories and other people, because I grew up so bizarrely that to hear that other people have similar experiences is very reassuring, because I had like no mirroring growing up, you know?
No mirroring from your mom or your dad.
Or my dad.
Yeah.
So to hear that this is normal, I go, oh, okay. I'm not such
normal.
An alien.
It's not normal. It's common.
Common. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Better word choice.
and certainly I had tons of that too, right?
Right.
And so and it's not even, you'll find as you get deeper into therapy, it's not mirroring. It's a safe holding environment. It's attunement. It's reflective emotions going back and forth. People's feeling states that are kind of two bodies reflecting in space. That I don't know what was up with our moms, but they didn't do that.
They weren't able. It wasn't.
It's still yes, and I have no leftover resentment. but for Christ's sake, these are little kids. What's the matter with you?
And how cute are little children?
What is the matter with you? How hard is that?
I know, and they're so lovely, and they're just heaven. And I can't imagine. Yeah, well.
But then, a lot of people, some people have other kinds of impairments where they literally can't feel feelings and things, or they've been traumatized. And I get it.
My mom was. What
was her deal again? She had some thought disorder later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your dad, what are we calling him?
Alcoholic.
Alcohol.
Narcissist.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Was he? If your mom was borderlines often go together with sociopaths.
Oh, that's so she remarried to a sociopath. My stepdad was a sociopath.
Okay, so perfect. So she couldn't tolerate your dad. So your dad's not a sociopath. That's why she couldn't tolerate him.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's good news for him and you.
Yeah.
But when we would, he's just an alcoholic.
Bright side.
Always
selfish, narcissistic drunk. Yes, go ahead.
That's good. That's
it is good news because
survivors.
My stepdad was a sociopath. He's passed away now, but he was a criminal and all that.
So in the drug units, we would have to go to great lengths to keep the borderlines and the sociopaths apart.
I never knew.
They always have sex. They always do crazy
drawn
shit
to each
together,
other. Why? Because of the extreme. The sociopath is an extreme. He was an extreme criminal. He was fighting.
There's something about the sociopath knows that he or she can manipulate the borderline. Right? And the borderline loves the drama.
The drama.
And sociopaths can be very dramatic and entertaining.
Yes.
And so that's sort of the some of it.
Well, I always said that they were such a good pair. They were a match made in heaven. They really were. My mother and my stepdad.
They would say that?
I would say that. That they had it wasn't happy. It was a contentious match, but they were soulmates. They really were in that sense.
I wouldn't say that kind of enmeshment is designed in heaven.
No.
But it is a match.
But they would plan their evil doings together.
Speaking of evil doings, as you flip your hair, one of the taped videos that was out on us recently that Nadav sent out.
Yeah.
You mean the promos?
Yeah, the promos was about you asking me about knocking my wife's teeth out.
Right, for $20 million.
And you were like twirling your hair.
I saw that. I was like, what is this?
And somebody asked you about it. I said, oh, that's Christina P's version of twirling her mustache. That is her evil. That is Snidely Whiplash herself. But she doesn't have a mustache. She only has her hair to twirl.
You're 100% right. It's when I'm really deep in my thinking.
Your shit. It's not your thinking. Your evil pursuits.
Yeah. You know what I love about you, Drew? I feel seen. I feel really understood when I'm with you.
And felt.
Yeah, I love it.
I got you.
Damn it.
I got you.
What a great show.
Yeah, it is a great show. And thank you all for calling. Stay on hold here. We will get to you guys that are on hold. And thank you, Nadav, for setting up the calls.
Yes,
the dream
great
come
job.
true for us, right?
Yeah, no problem. If you want to get the tweet on when the phone lines go live, follow me on Twitter, YMHBlueBand, and you'll be one of the first to be notified.
Yeah, we'll we'll send out the tweet next time we take calls, and we love doing this. And give us a little more range, little, not just the brown and the dick. We a little more range, and I understand that's where all the attention has been. It is. Jean's here next to me, and
I affect the poo. Yeah. But love, you know what I liked about Loveline was the sex stuff. Ask us your sex.
Well, your relationship stuff.
Relationships.
Yeah, because that's where people's interesting stuff comes out.
100%. That's what I
like. And you'll find that typically our female callers will be more inclined to give us those questions, and then the men will follow.
I love it.
So not that we have any objection about everything we've had so far today. You've given us what we needed, and we are grateful for that.
Yes, thank you.
So until next time, Dr. Drew on behalf of Christina P. saying next time.
Bye.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.